I'm Dave Wolfe, and I'm the Chief Promotion Disruptor for Wolfepromo. What's a Chief Promotion Disruptor? I'm the guy who finds the most creatively disruptive promotional ideas for our clients. What's a creatively disruptive promotional idea? Most people think of promotional items as giveaways. Well, certainly you do give them away. But I think of promotional items as promotional currency. You see, when you get promotional items, you have to pay for them, and then you're giving them out to prospects or to your current customers or employees. They cost you money, and they have value to the people that you're giving them to. For that value, you would like to get something in return, what we would call a return on investment, an ROI. The types of promotional ROI that you should expect are things like increased brand awareness or a more favorable impression of your business. There's been research that has proven that when people receive promotional items from a business, that often they feel more favorable towards that company. Or it could be to incentivize somebody to do something very specific. For example, to come in and buy a particular product, or come in for a sale, to participate in a contest or a survey, to go online, to go on your website. So those are various types of return on investments that you should be able to expect from a promotional item. But first, you have to break through a lot of the promotional noise that's out there. Your customers and your prospective customers are bombarded with promotional messages every day from your competitors as well as from many other companies. So you have to stand out, and that's why your promotional idea has to be creatively disruptive. There are a few ways that an item can be creatively disruptive. First of all, and on all items, you're going to put your logo. But in addition, the item itself might be so unique. It might have a unique style or function, something that's just brand new, and that makes it creatively disruptive. Or it's what you put on the item aside from your logo. Maybe your logo is enough, but in other cases, you might have some other interesting art designs that you can put on the item. Or it can be the type of decoration. There's a lot of forms of imprinting or decorating processes that would go on the item. When you're talking about things like tumblers or mugs or things like that, there's a 360-degree type of imprinting, full color imprinting that's available, and that makes that item stand out. So that's an example of the decoration. And the third thing is the way that it's presented. You may give the item out during a sales call, or when people come into the business and you give them when they purchase something. You might send it to them. It could be after a sales call meeting or a visit to your store. It may be just as part of an ongoing promotion to remind them to do something. Or it can also be how it's packaged, meaning put into a box. A few years ago, it was very expensive to have any custom packaging for promotional items. You could do it, but you had to have a pretty high quantity, and it was pretty expensive to do it. Today, with digital imprinting, it's not so difficult to do, so we can dress up an item with a custom imprinted box, and that also makes it creatively disruptive. This is the time of the year when our promotional products suppliers present a lot of their new items. I go through them and I think about, gee, how can they be most creatively disruptive for you? There's a number of items that I've seen so far, and today I'd like to show you just one of those items. This looks like any ordinary memo book. It has a cover to it and pages in it, so it's just like any other book. But what makes this creatively disruptive is the fact that it is totally customizable. Totally customizable. The front cover, the back cover, the type of binding. This can have tape binding like this in various colors that are available, or it can be a coil binding, and it's also available in a number of colors. The pages, the type of paper that's in here, this is a narrow ruled paper, but they also have a wider ruled paper. There's a dot pattern, a graph pattern, a journal, not a journal book, but a day planner type of design, and so on and so forth. There's about 10 different page designs, and you can have multiple designs in one memo book. There are 10 sizes of the book, ranging from 3.5 by 5 to 10 by 7.25 by 10. So there's a lot of different options there. Plus, we can do a tip-in page like this, or a special custom insert page, the first page. You can use this to promote a certain product and have the features on it. If you're having a company anniversary, this is a great page for you to have a little bit of the history of the company or a message from the president. If you're doing a contest, put the rules on here. If you're doing a co-op program with one of your suppliers, you can put their ad or their message on here. There's so many different ways that you can use this. And you can do this for a small quantity, so you can target small groups with this kind of a book, because the minimum order is only 50. It's a great new item, and it's just one of the many creatively disruptive promotional ideas for 2021. I'd like to invite you to see and hear about more of them. Set up an appointment with me. Send an email to dave@wolfepromo.com. That's Dave at WOLFEPROMO.com. We'll set up a creatively disruptive idea Zoom meeting, and we can go over a few more items. Thanks, and see you soon.